We're back at the base. It's the day after. I have looked at my shots and they look really good. We did have some cars coming up the mountain in the middle of the night, but I think we can work around it. So let's jump into processing this. We kick things off in LR Timelapse because we want to animate our raw developments over time. Let's look at what our undeveloped timelapse look like. Yep, we got a lot of the cars in the timelapse, but I think otherwise it looks really good. I should probably have left it running a little bit longer than I did and have the moon setting behind the mountain. Let's start by adding keyframes. As you can see, we still had some light on the horizon from the sun setting behind the actual mountain. And we get a kind of ramping effect in our exposure levels. I'm going to fix this by adding a keyframe in the beginning and then one right here and one right here. I'm going to save my keyframes and drag it into Lightroom where I will be doing my edits. And then choose Import. I'm going to choose Rated for filters, and now I only get the keyframes from LR Timelapse to work with. That's all our keyframes loaded. I'm going to start working from the last frame because I usually find it the easiest if I have some troublesome frames in the beginning with the exposure levels changing. Scroll down to Camera Calibration, choose Profile, choose Cinelog C. Now is a good time for you to do white balance. I adjust my exposure. Since this is a nighttime time-lapse, I don't want my histogram smack dab in the middle. I'm going to go slightly to the left. I'll scroll down and enable profile corrections for my lens to make sure I get rid of any vignetting. I'm also going to do noise reduction by 30 and 30. Now right-click on your frame and choose Develop Settings and Copy Settings. Choose your next frame you want to work with and just keep on doing the edits like this. I normally try to make sure the edits look as close as possible to even out any issues. When you're done, just choose them all and head on over to the Library tab. Choose Save Metadata to Files. Now flip back over to LR Timelapse. When you get back to LR Timelapse, just choose Reload. When it's done reading in the metadata, I just choose Auto Transition. And when that's done, I choose Save. And on this time lapse, I'm just going to leave deflickering because I don't really think it's needed. Now let's head on over to Adobe After Effects. Choose File, Import, find your LR timelapse sequence, choose the first image of your sequence and then press OK. Drag your sequence into a new composition. Choose Effect. Choose Open Color I/O. This is actually a free plugin that comes with Cinelog C and it lets us transform our footage to any log format that we want. Choose Configuration and choose Cinelog DCP 2017 and then choose your input space and it should be Cinelog C. And in my case, I choose Sony S-Log3 and S-Gamut Cine. I just want to double check everything by adding a lookup table. So choose Effect, Utility, and then apply Color LUT. And then choose an appropriate lookup table. Now add it to your render queue. I usually do ProRes 444 and just save it to your preferred location. When your render is done, you have a finished time-lapse with your preferred log profile. If you made your time-lapse for a client, you would just send them this file and they would color correct it within their production. If you're doing your own time-lapse project, you now have a finished master file that would go into your edit, and once your edit is done, you'll do your color correction. The benefit of doing this way is you can push any creative color decisions to a later stage. And you will also know what shot that comes before and what shot will come after in your edit, so you can match your shots, creating a more cohesive look throughout your film instead of something that looks like a montage of clips that's just put together. I think that time-lapse turned out great. I managed to work around the cars, and we had a cold night, so if you're out time-lapsing and it's cold, don't forget to wrap up. Please visit the blogs and stay tuned for more time-lapse tutorials.